Guten Tag, Azur, and willkommen in mein Welt. In this episode, well, this series rather, that I'm starting, we're going to be playing Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. Now, for a while, I tiptoed back and forth deciding, well, do I want to play the original version or do I want to play the Enhanced Edition? And I tiptoed back and forth for a while. I couldn't really come to a decision until I finally decided that, hey, the people who are doing the Enhanced Edition, they've done some work with Baldur's Gate. They've been working to improve it, and they're in the process of making another expansion for the game. So I figured I might as well do a Let's Play of the Enhanced Edition in order to kind of support what they're doing, because if you like what some people are doing, you should support them. So that is my current decision on the matter. Now, as you can see, I'm currently going through and making a character. I'm currently doing a human berserker because I'm going with my traditional Ulfstein build here. Let's see, if you want to go back and see the kind of things here. You can be a human, elf, half-elf, gnome, halfling, dwarf, or half-orc. Each one of these... I thought there was a way to... Do they have sub-races yet? Elf. Because there's gold elves, moon elves, wild elves, sea elves, and stuff. I know they had lore about them in the original game, but I don't know if they've made it so that you can play the different types. It doesn't seem so. So anyway, let's go back to human. Each of them have different ability scores. Like a human gets pretty much nothing, except for it listed to hide open locks and stuff like that, which wasn't in the original Baldur's Gate as far as I know. Whereas with the elves, you get hit bonus with bow, short sword, long swords, 90% resistance to charm and stuff, which is very significant. And such like that. I'll go through these, and if you'd like to read them, you can. But I'm going through a human playthrough. Now, one of the significant things is that some of these allow you to go beyond normal attributes. Like normally you cap out at 18 on certain things, but if you're like a dwarf, you can get 19 Constitution, which is pretty significant. That being said, if you don't know anything about Baldur's Gate, it is a advanced D&D edition of Dungeons and Dragons, which has some quite interesting things about them. Okay, now while I'm rolling this, sorry to detract a little bit, but while I'm rolling this, I'm going to re-roll. My dexterity is pretty high. This isn't really conclusive to being a fighter, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-roll until I get something above 83. 83 will do. I was going to say 80, but anyway, we want max strength. Let's bring this down. Max that. I could probably go with 16. This is a little bit of an OP character right now. Can I... Now, I don't like min-maxing, so that's why I don't have like my charisma down to 3 and stuff. But right now, I kind of do want at least a charisma of 13, because this opens up some dialogue options, and what that does is that affects my AC a lot. So basically, I'm risking my AC for some dialogue options, and it's debatable whether I should do that or not. But anyway, let's go through here. Like I said, this is basically 2nd edition of D&D, which has some interesting things about it, which I'll discuss as things progress. Now I'm going with an axe and board character here, and I like choosing axes because, well, one, Ulfstein uses axes. But in addition to that, you get these throwing axes and battle axes under the same proficiency. And that is pretty nice. That the niceness of having throwing axes is that you have a high damaging throwing weapon, that you can use with a shield, and you don't have to switch between a bow, deselecting, well, unequipping your shield and stuff. Like if you're a sword and board, you'll have to dequip your sword and shield in order to bring up your bow. This kind of circumvents that. And in addition to this, you're also able to add your strength and dex modifiers when you're actually throwing the axe. Well, I'll show later. So let's continue. Let's see. I think Sorian really uses black and blue. Let's continue. Go with male voice 6, I think.
Get over here! Right then, I'm in charge.
Sounds a little too English for me.
Time for a bit of the rough and tumble.
But that sounds a little too Gaelic for me.
Get over here!
So I'll go with the English. Okay, Ulfstein. Okay, so we have our character. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell us our to hit armor class 0 here, but that's okay.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Okay, so basically that gave the gist of the backstory here. Let me load some options here. Gameplay. Don't want group. Rest until healed. No. Weather. Okay. I want to hit rolls. What is that? Don't need that. Okay. Auto pause. Enemy sighted. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm setting up when the game auto pauses, which is very helpful because sometimes since it's a game, like things could be happening, like you might not see a creature off on the distance that your character would normally see, and sometimes you waste time reacting to things when you probably realistically wouldn't waste time reacting to. So basically what I've done is I've added this option where auto pauses whenever it spots a hostile creature, and I wanted it to enable whenever each round is complete. The reason for this is that I want to play it kind of like an actual Dungeons and Dragons game where each turn you set up your actions that you want to perform. But anyway, let's get to the bulk of the game. So like I said, our story is kind of already pre-laid out for us. Let's see how much gold we have. 100, that's not too good.
Sorted.
But I can deal with it. So
I'm on it.
let's talk to it.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Oh, the memories. Okay. Well, hello there, young one. Come to visit your old pal Windrup, have you? Well, don't forget the 10,000 gold piece book entrance fee as per the Candlekeep's customs, don't you know? Now, this is actually true. There is 10,000 gold book entrance fee for Candlekeep. But assumedly, since we live here, that's already been paid by Gorion. I've always been a kidder. Okay, so basically what I'm doing right now is I'm buying myself some items. I want to buy a throwing axe. I don't know if I want to buy an actual battle axe or not. Typically, I normally go with just the throwing axe because you're able to use it as melee. It counts as slashing. It does a 1d7, and its speed factor is 4. Whereas the battle axe, it's a 1d8, so I get 1 more damage, but its speed factor is 7. And what these speed factors are is that as a round is playing out, your initiative, like in 3.5 or 4.0, your initiative is calculated based on your speed factor. So if you have a speed factor of 7, you're kind of in the later part of the initiative, whereas if you had a dagger or something, let's see if he has a dagger. If you had a dagger, your speed factor's 2. So people who are using daggers get the first initiative, as opposed to somebody with an axe. So using a throwing axe for melee, I get kind of the middle ground between damage and getting to attack first, which a 4 doesn't really help that much. You need kind of a 3 to interrupt spells in some cases. Now, I'm not going to buy armor just yet, but I will go ahead and buy myself a shield. I'm going to buy a small shield because of aesthetic reasons, and a helmet. Now, I could go for a medium shield or a large shield to give me more of a bonus, because we get no protection against missile attacks with the small shield, but we do with a medium shield. And we get a bonus to missile attacks with the large shield. However, I prefer my Ulfstein to have a round shield. Now, I was tempted to modify the game to make this medium shield a round shield, because I don't like being pigeonholed to round shields just being small, and that's not the case in real life, but it's a game, so there's certain liberties that can be taken. So I'm going to go ahead and equip this axe and the shield. I'm going to go ahead and turn this into a melee weapon, and I am going to occasionally use the ranged effect on this weapon, but I'm not going to right now. So story-wise, I'm going to go ahead and do all the quests in here, basically say goodbye to everybody that I've known my entire life in this town, because we have to go out on an adventure. So this episode's mainly going to be focused on quests in this town, whereas the next episode's going to be whenever we leave. So let's go ahead and talk to, if it comes up,
It's hard to
Firebeard.
find decent folk nowadays.
Okay. So, yes, I'm back within the hallowed halls of Candlekeep. With this iron crisis upon us, the trip from Baragost, somebody correct me on that, was more hazardous than I care to relate. You're Gordon's ward, aren't you? My, you come into your own, if you would permit an old man jealous of youth to say so. Okay, so basically he's asking me to go fetch him a scroll, which I can do pretty easily.
Right, what's this then?
Let's go ahead. I'm going to go over here. Say goodbye to
Hello there.
Philida? Okay. Oh, hello. Have you seen my copy of the History of Hurrah? Anywhere? You know I can't stand the constant shuffling of arthritic feet up in the library, so I thought I'd get a bit of fresh air and just ease east of here. Oh, I hate being so absent-minded. Could you please find it? And I really do need it back. Okay. So we need to return, this book for this woman. But first, I'm going to pretend that this is my house to give me a reason to go in here.
Hello?
Oh, hello. Why are you in my house? I do not recognize you. Who are you and what are you doing here? Okay. Who I am is not important, but who you are is very much so. I apologize for this dirty bit of business, but I must seek your death. A pity, I know, but... Okay, he's rambling on. He's entered the evil villain monologue stage at this point.
I'll crush your face, I will. Make you dead and done.
Okay, so...
I'll crush your
it's not letting
face,
me
I
know
will.
if I'm gonna swing or not. There we go.
Right, what's this then?
Easy pickings for me. Okay. Oops. I'm gonna use it like that. Let's... Oh man, I was hoping I could bust this open. Ah, there we go. And I'm getting a bunch of worthless items. A warhammer. Okay, so we just looted my home. Well, what I'm pretending is my home. Okay. Oh, Perry, there's a man in there. He smelled it like the stables, and he tried to kill me. It was horrible. I wish there was a
Sorted.
little bit more options. Sorted. Okay, so I'm gonna talk
What
to
do you
this
need?
guy here. Fidel left one of her books in here again. It's in the hay there beside the cow. If you could run it over to her, and then come back, I've got some plans for you. How do you know that she had a book in the hay? Okay. So we may have just stumbled on a relationship thing going on here. Maybe they were in the hay and that's how he know that she left it. I don't know. It's a good theory. Because it's my theory. Okay.
Hello there.
Here, Fidia. Philadia. Here's your book. Stop having too many rumps in the hay, so you can remember your books next time. So now let's go talk to this guy. He said he had some stuff for us to do.
What do you need?
Nice day, ain't it? Too bad Nessa here ain't enjoying it much. Her being sick and all. I need one of the potions of antidote off Hall. He's up drinking last night and got to haul out of bed. Okay. So now we have a mission to go talk to Hall, which us having lived here for a while, we automatically know that he's down in this direction. Okay.
Hey,
Hey, Stein, I see you're up early this day. Well, your father, Gorion, has asked me a strange favor. Seems like he wants you to learn some fighting and asked me to be the teacher. So I hope you brought your staff with you. I've got more than a staff with me right now. Okay, so basically he's describing how we fight, which we know already, so that was supposed to pause. Okay, so right now I'm going to switch to ranged, and
I can take Drizzt with both my arms tied behind my back.
I like that he mentions Drizzt. Okay. Okay, that's becoming a waste of time.
hey,
I can take Drizzt with both my arms tied behind my back.
Okay, that's what I was hoping for. I thought it stopped whenever you hurt that guy, or you hurt one of them, but apparently it's when the round ends. So I really just wasted some axes right now, but that's okay. Okay, so let's go talk to this guy.
by Moradin's hammer.
By Morrigan's hammer. Thought I asked you to clean the rats out of this building yesterday. Already hop to it, get in there. Okay, let's get in here. Let's get down to business. Kill us some rats. Death. Death to you all! Now I don't know the voices attached to this male voice 6, so this is going to be a little bit of a new experience for me. Okay, so if we press tab, I think it's tab, yeah, we get to see everything that's clickable. in here with the enhanced edition, which is a great bonus because you used to just have to hover over things to find everything, but now you can just press tab and figure it out. But we're not going to steal anything in
I'm
here
on it.
because Ulfstein is not a thief. Ooh, we got one more villain in here. Boom, death. Okay.
Sorted.
Moradin's hammer.
There's 5 gold pieces. Don't spend it all in one place. How much gold do we have now? 101. So we're 1 gold point higher than we were. Now I'm hoping to get up to, I think it's 120 gold or 130 gold to buy a piece of armor before we leave. Okay, this should be Hall. Hey kid, I woke up late this morning. That's never a good excuse for your job. I left my sword in the barracks. Definitely not good for your job if you're a guard to leave your weapon behind in the barracks before going on duty. If you get it for me, it's in the chest at the foot of my bed at the right side of the barracks. Quickly now before the gate warden catches me without it. You'll also find an antidote there. I think Dridden needs one for old Nessa. Okay, good news. Now if we go down here,
Our rules are very strict.
we meet the gate warden, who apparently is too busy talking to us to go discipline one of his guards. And he wants to teach us how to fight in a group, because Gorion asked him to. So let's go into the guardhouse.
Wisdom is only possessed by the learned.
So now
I'm
we're
on
getting
it.
taught how to fight. Okay, so we got some gibbons.
Spit it out.
Well, gibberlings, rather.
Hello there.
So,
Yes, friend?
I need a swig of some strong dwarven
did I command
You
my
rang.
Now, if you do this a couple times, every once in a while you get experience. But it's really weird as to when it happens or when it doesn't.
Sorted.
But I'm not going to waste too much time with it. You'll end up with like maybe 5.
Wisdom is
or
only
so
possessed by the
experience.
learned.
Okay, I could have just walked outside the door. That was a little bit
Sorted.
unnecessary. But if you wanted to show off, I don't care. I could have just walked out the door, though. Just saying. Okay, now normally, here's one thing that I'm going to say. I'm not doing a completion run for this game, and I'm also not doing a speed run for this game. I'm doing an organic run, which means that I'm not going to do anything that my character wouldn't naturally do on his own. And that may end up gimping my character in the end, but we will see. But anyway, if I was doing a completion run, there's a guy in here you can kill to get like 20 experience. So, is this guy here for a
I
reason?
can take Drizzt with both my arms tied behind my back.
Okay. Just wondering if he was there just to block.
I'm on it.
I should have joined the army.
Ah, what a mead-filled night. That hall is just too much. Poor sap. Had to go man the gate this morning, too. I don't know how he does it. What can I do for you anyways? Yeah, the mead would explain why Hull forgot his sword this morning. He sent me to fetch it. Sure, it's over in the chest right over there. Why didn't... Typically, there's a quest that you can do for this guy. And this quest has
I
a
should have
tendency to
joined the
break.
army.
Okay. Any that you can run? Yeah, go get me a quiver of crossbow bolts. Some at the end, I'll reimburse you. Oh, very well. There'll be a few coins in it for you. Okay.
I'm on it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle back. I have to talk to Hall for a minute. Well, this is actually a bad idea. I could have gone the other way and bought the crossbow bolts and then do a reverse run. But that's okay. Okay. We got 50 experience, some gold. It's important. It's kind of important to do as many quests as possible when you're on your own in this keep before you start getting party members, because experience is shared in this game instead of like everybody gets the same portion. What the experience you do get is split amongst everybody. So it is important to get as much as you can alone before you start adding party members. Okay. So now, if I remember correctly, you can get about 350 experience out of this little castle area. If somebody knows, if somebody knows more quests than what I have presented so far, please let me know. Right now I'm going down this way to try to find somebody who has an identification scroll that one of our characters needs. Now, the problem is that he kind of just runs, as far as I know, he kind of just runs around the building. Okay. So, we're going to proc a dialogue with another character, which I kind of...
Hey, it's me, Emmeline.
Hello, Emmeline. I'm afraid I can't chat today, little one. My foster father wishes me to prepare for a journey. Let's go. You should not tarry either. Okay, leave me be. I have no time to waste my time on you, child. Now, it's weird that we're calling her child because she's actually around the same age as us. Okay, little one. I'm not much younger than you, though you sure got tall fast, relatively anyway. A journey, eh? I never get to try. I wish I could go with you. Yep, I really wish I could. Yes, sir, really do. She's obviously hinting that we need to go. She says, "Oh, don't be silly. Gorion would never let you finish that sentence, especially after." Well, I'll finish that here. Okay, so we found a guy who had the scroll. So let's go up to what she said. Especially after that last letter of his said, did I say that? No, of course I didn't. No, I never saw no letter. Nope. I'll just get back to work now. You'd better go. Gorion is waiting. So that tells us a little bit about Emmeline's character. She's obviously sneaky. She ended up prying a letter off of Gorion to inspect it.
Right,
Okay,
what's
so
this
now,
then?
Let's go to this guy. This guy casts a meaningless spell on
It's
me.
hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Protection from evil. We don't necessarily need that right now. But
My
you can,
hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
you can get it to last until a certain thing that comes up. So let's go ahead and sell this. Sell the Warhammer. I don't remember picking up that thing. Okay, so we needed crossbow bolts. And we're done here. How much experience do we have so far? 275.
Right, what's this then?
Right, what's this thing? Okay, that's okay. Doesn't bring back the good old memories of the other sounds. Well, that's okay. Nothing but a little roof and time. Okay, so we're almost done with this Candlekeep segment. We just need to return the crossbolts to this guy, and then we need to talk to Gorion. I feel like I'm missing something.
Sorted.
I should have joined the army.
Okay, now one of the bugs in the original game is that sometimes you'd have to save the game and come back just to talk to him. Like if you had the bolts and you were going to return
Right, what's this then?
the item, it wouldn't let you open the dialogue, so you just have to restart the game in a way. Okay, so how much experience do we have? 325? Okay, so this would be 345 if we went in and killed the person in here, but I'm not going to do that. What's this place called? Bunkhouse. Okay. And there's some items in there and whatnot. Okay, so whenever you're talking to Emmeline, you have some options. You can be nice to her, you can be neutral to her, and you could be mean to her. If you're nice to her, whenever you find her later, something's different than if you were mean to her. But anyway, I'll explain that later.
Oh, my
Gorion,
child,
I'm
I
ready
am
to go
glad
now.
I have found you.
Okay.
Listen
so
carefully.
Now
If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them.
Okay, so I still have
Let's
protection
go.
from Eagle on me.
The night
There,
can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I will explain everything as soon as there is time.
Now, if you time it right, you'll keep the protection
Wait,
from evil on
there
you,
is
which
something wrong.
means that you
We
might
are in
not
an ambush. Prepare yourself.
get hurt in this encounter.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I have this like memorized from my childhood. You're a fool if you believe I'd trust your benevolence. That was a beautiful saying back in the day.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
Run, child. Get out of here.
He's really causing some damage here. Can't believe you let that wizard live.
Dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
Okay, so apparently Gorion has like books of 10,000 gold worth on him at all times to get back into Candlekeep, and we don't have that luxury. But unfortunately, I just realized that I forgot to buy armor before I left. You should have reminded me of that, Observer. You should have reminded me.
Hey, it's
A wild
me,
Emmowen
Emmowen.
appears. Okay. Sorry I followed you, but I never get out of Candlekeep, and those monks are such a bore. Never any decent coin in their pockets either. I saw Gorion, and I'm so sorry. Kind of figured something bad happened to you out here. Okay, how could you have known? Gorion did not even tell me. I accidentally read a letter on his desk the other day. Can't remember exactly what it said, but he still might have. It might be on his body. Anyway, I'm not going to let you wander around here all alone. Never let a friend down, no sir. Stick with you until the end, until you say otherwise, I will. Okay, so this is where we're going to end this episode. This is now the beginning of Chapter 1, where the last one was the prologue. So, in the next episode, we are going to take Emmowen's advisement and go up and see what remains of the ambush site. Now, if this was me in the real life, I'd be kind of torn because those people could still be up there. They could have followed me down here, so they could be like coming down here to kill me. That would be what would be going through my mind immediately. But I'd also want to get a hold of the note because Gorion told me nothing, and I'd rather know my enemy. So I'm probably going to loop around somewhere and then come back up and get this item so that I don't encounter people who'd kill me. But anyway, until next time, auf Wiedersehen.